G'day, everyone. Welcome to another installment of the Real Wealth Podcast. Steph, thanks for joining us.
Hi, thanks, Tom. Hi, nice to see you.
So we're looking today at the potential to retire by the age of 50, and what that encompasses is why. Well, we'll look at why, but you know why, because it's sick. How to get there, who gets there. So kind of not case studies, but well, how do you get there? Look at people who have achieved that and how did they come to make it happen, and then a bit of technical stuff at the end. So accounting structures of what does it look like for those people that have managed to pull it off.
Bloody oath.
Yeah.
That's going to be exciting.
Mm.
So before we actually get into it, just want to let you know, it's all just general information. Please don't consider it as personal advice. If you want any personal advice, go and consult your licensed financial planner. Hopefully a financial planner that can put you on the path to retire by 50.
Yeah.
If you have all the right characteristics.
Yeah.
Characteristics being, what are the main three things that we see when people retire by 50?
As in how have they got there? What
How
is
have they
the
got
common
there?
thread?
Yeah.
So 3 ways to get there would be people that are pulling in a big income.
Yep.
Particularly starting early. So it's not going to work if you land your first fat paycheck when you're 45. It's probably not happening. People that start early, work hard, pull in big income.
Yeah.
Which also has the potential to then, or gives you the opportunity to buy into a business.
Yeah.
Separately to that, invest wisely.
Uh-huh.
I think that one speaks for itself. The last one, my favorite, just run a mint business. Yeah. Rather than buying into one, start one yourself, make it sick, and hopefully by the time you're 50, you have 2 options: flog it, or structure it in a way that you're not required. You're not on the tools 5 days a week. You're still the owner, still your business, but you're playing golf, like traveling, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if that one would appeal to me, playing golf, but I think it's an age thing.
When you get there,
like,
there's other things to do.
When you're 50, you're like, oh, sweet, golf.
Yeah,
But right now, I'm like, that's probably like 9th on the list.
Yeah, 9th. Okay. What would you do
if I was
retired
by 50?
That's it, done.
I would travel. Yeah, there'd be a lot of visiting. Do you know what I would love? Just the pop in, the surprise visit. Just jump on a plane and then knock on someone's door.
You're going to fly over to Western Australia.
Hey. WA, Darwin, country New South Wales. Knock on the door and be like, look, whether you like it or not, I'm here. So,
and I'm here for 2 weeks, and I get enough money, but you don't have to work, and I don't have to work. So,
yeah,
we're just going to hang out for 2 weeks. Yeah. That's all right.
Yeah.
How long would the liver survive?
How long?
How long would your body survive?
Oh, I don't even want to think about that.
No, okay,
no, it's not barely.
Well, we're also invincible.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. I retire by 50 and I can't die. What about you?
I don't know. Like everyone says that, I'd stop working altogether. I don't think I would. I think I'd take the money and I'd keep investing the money and keep growing. I'm not, I guess money doesn't do it for me. It's the success in doing stuff and running things. That's what I get excited by. So I can't see myself ever just sort of sitting down and going, that's it. It'll be right. Let's buy this. Let's invest into this.
You don't
go do that.
You don't have to go, that's it. But what about little periods of just relaxing?
I don't like to relax, clearly. So I'll go on holidays. When I go on holidays with Whitney. Whitney's my wife, if everyone doesn't know. And she goes, I'm just going to get a massage. You want to come? I'm like, no. I can't handle it. Yeah. I can't handle relaxing. I'm just going to go sit by the pool. Cool. Oh, I'll sit by the pool. I'll read a book for like 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm just going to do something. Maybe I'll just go for a run, or I might go climb that mountain.
Start cutting laps of the pool and ruining it for everybody else.
AJ and my son, he's a bit cute and fluffy. You know, AJ, do you want to play? And I'll throw him in the pool, and then he'll start crying. And I'm like, oh man, that's right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It went differently in your head. He was going to land, splash, and be like, Dad, that was fun. Let's do it again.
Yeah, let's do it for like the next 3 hours.
He's like, child, please don't touch me.
Yeah, but it's all good. I got a daughter who will happily let me throw her around for 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah, she's psycho. She's like me.
Yeah. Okay.
Well.
Okay.
So anyway, that's enough of our little things. But how
can we ask that people comment what they would do?
That'd be nice. Yeah,
because I think we've just showed two very different extremes of.
Yeah.
I'd be traveling. I'd be relaxing.
Yeah.
You'd be working. Yeah. Buying stuff. You're an idiot. Chuck a comment below of what you do. If it's different, if it's interesting.
So we've spoken about different ways people get there, earn lots of money, buy into a business. That's how you normally make extra money, extra dividends, and then maybe run a sick business and sell it or set it up so you don't have to be there anymore. And then by 50, you parachute and you're good and you go and do whatever you want. How do people invest on the way there? A few different ways to do it.
As in, what is this for the business owners or is this for everybody?
Yeah, like we're in the period where like got to target 50. Are we going hard? What are we investing into?
So the focus would be on investing in growth.
See it,
as opposed to income.
Yep.
I mean, still a balance, but with a focus on growth. If the goal is to, as you said, smoke bomb at 50. And then the other one is, which will probably get you to go into in a bit more detail, is using debt to amplify your returns.
Yeah, other people's money.
Yeah.
So if you can use other people's money to make more money for yourself, then we're doing well. And that's why a lot of people in Australia love to buy property, because typically you'd make a better return than what you're paying in interest.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you can maximize your debt levels, then fantastic.
Yeah.
Or if you go, well, I'm going to buy an asset. So you buy an asset for, call it 500 grand, you borrow $400,000, and then that asset will then grow to $600,000. You get rid of it, you've made 100 grand, you've doubled your money.
Yeah.
Whereas if you had to go and buy an asset with cash for 500 grand, so you got to save up to get there. Then you make 100 grand, you've only made 20% on your money. So it's a lot faster to get there if you can use other people's money.
That's interesting. I hadn't thought about it like that, but just home ownership is just a very common, very relatable example of use someone else's money, amplify your returns.
Yeah, exactly right. Get into a better asset. And if you look at it making a percentage return, if you make a 7% return on $2 million, so a $2 million asset, then in 10 years, it's worth $4 million. But if you make a 7% return per year on a $500,000 asset, then it's worth $1 million.
Yeah, okay.
So if you can get a larger asset, you make that return still better off. And that's why a lot of Australians now are retiring just by selling their house, downsizing.
True.
Yeah, all my wealth has gone into my property. Yeah, I've renovated, I've lived there, grown my family there.
And it's paid off.
Expensive to live in Australia, it's paid off. Yeah. Do I need a big 4-bedroom house? Not really. I'll sell it. I'll take that money. I'll go and buy a smaller house and I'll live with that money in retirement.
That's cool.
And they're good.
Or you could do what my parents do and just hang on to it with all the empty bedrooms.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Some people enjoy that.
Hey, mum and dad, sell the house.
They like keeping busy. They like cleaning.
Yeah. So next thing to look at is what do you need to do when you're there?
Well, yeah, when you're there, the situation changes, right? Because you're more sustenance, sustaining your money for as long as you can, earning really good money. You can keep going for growth. I think that's part of that's part of it, because you want diversified. So you want some growth assets there that's still building the portfolio.
Yeah.
Normally, when you get to that period, you can start investing in quite a different way. So how the 1% would invest, because you've retired early, you should have a lot of cash to get you there. But a lot of focus on passive income. So how am I bringing in income to replace my income?
Okay.
And that's where a lot of the focus is drawn to.
Bring in income returns to replace your income from employment.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. And there's got a business set up there that's generating lots of returns anyway, but still, then you go into the fact of, right, well, how do I diversify my income stream? So how do I have other kinds of diversified income streams or diversified assets?
Yeah.
Because you don't want your entire portfolio, if you're investing in one asset class, going down. And then what happens? You're like, oh shit, now I haven't got any money. My assets aren't worth that much. What do I have to do? I've got to go and work.
Got to start again.
Yeah. So it's a real killer. And that's why diversity at that point matters.
Yeah.
Income, diversity, security, make sure you don't lose all your money. And really what happens is your risk tolerance, because you've made it, you're there.
Yeah.
You don't need to take on as much risk, and you don't want to.
That's that. I wanted to go back to something you said before, because you mentioned once you get to this point, you're going to shift somewhat away from growth. You're going to invest, and the alternative being defensive. Right. So preserving what you've built. Are you not shifting completely defensive? Like, I'm retiring at 50. I've built all of this. I'm not doing growth anymore. This is defensive from now on, because you can't afford to, or it's still a balance.
Still a balance. I think it's still a balance. No, it's because it's easy to spend money. So you still want, so you want the money, you want the income replacing that's bringing in the money every week. Yeah. But then you want the growth that's still pushing up the rest of the portfolio.
Okay. Yeah.
So that your money lasts longer. Because don't forget, when you're 50, you still got to live to 100. Got another 50 years to go.
I forgot to
say. So if you're just focusing on income and you're slowly dwindling away your money, slowly take, little bit by little bit. It's, oh shit, we're taking the family on a holiday now. That's extra 50 grand here. Yeah. We're going this way. It's $100,000 over here. Before you know it, your income is not replacing your living expenses. Yeah. So you need that growth assets that's generating that 8, 9, 10% return over time to be able to keep pushing up the portfolios.
Yeah, okay.
And that's the kind of way we see people, or we invest for people that are at that point is, make sure it's low risk tolerance, diversified. So you really, it's about protection, but also looking towards the future and how we're going to get there.
It's also a good reminder that would be a time to have a conversation with whoever your advisor is, your planner. When these big changes come along, I've just sold a business. You might not realize it, but they will tell you we're going to have another look at your risk tolerance because your situation's changed.
Yeah.
We had you here. You need to be more here.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't necessarily occur to someone who's just sold their business that things have changed, need a reassessment essentially.
Yeah. Well, especially if you've sold a business and you don't have the income stream anymore, completely different kettle of fish. If you've got like a business that's generating profit, paying dividends, and you've got a sort of regular income stream already.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, if you don't have that regular income stream from something,
it's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
How are you going to structure it? Where are you going to draw it from?
Yeah, exactly. But normally when you're still in the business at 50, you're doing something with the business.
Yeah.
You're still stressing a fair bit, even if you've got good people in good places.
Yeah.
And then we go into the accounting structures.
So the technicalities of it.
Yeah.
So what does that look like?
Tax matters. People normally think, why would I use my super? Why would I use my super? It's because when you're at 50 and you're retired, tax is an issue. Tax on exits an issue. Tax on investments is an issue. You're invested through trusts. You might use family trust, bucket companies to invest.
Yep.
So your family trust is you can then choose of who in your family gets money. It's a lot tighter now of who you actually give the money to, especially if you're on the investing. You can use these bucket companies, so shoot money off to a separate company that can eventually pay you a dividend over time.
Yep.
And you can invest in there and you pay tax for, say, 30%. So that's where it's like, right, so you're investing through like these discretionary trusts, you're investing through these bucket companies over time so that when you are retired, you pull money from these levers, pull. But still, like, you can't get access to your super until you're 65. But let's not forget is that we're going to be here for another 50 years when you're gone at 50. And what's the most tax-effective structure you can have? Super. So up until you're 60, if at the moment, if you're 60 and you're retired, you can change it to what's called an account-based pension.
Yep.
And that is no tax on earnings if you've got less than 1.9 million super.
Yep.
No tax on withdrawals either. So you think about it, you don't need to be pulling money from these trusts and bucket companies you've got once you get to 60 because you can start to use your super.
Yeah.
So if you're over time, if you're thinking, right, I'm 50, do I need to be focusing on my super throughout that time? We say yes. You get tax deduction for putting money in. It's your long-term portfolio. So you rely on your trust and your companies to get you that survival until you're 60, 65. And then you go, right, here's this bucket of super money that I'm not paying any tax on now and I can access tax-free.
Yep.
That's going to give me the rest of my journey.
Yeah, okay.
And then you just restructure your assets. All the growth is through super, some income's through trusts and bucket companies, and you're on your way. You're on your journey.
Yeah,
but
okay.
where assets are invested ends up mattering because it's going to affect your taxes, and taxes affect your net return. So what's left in your pocket at the end of the day.
Yeah.
An issue for people with a lot of money.
Yeah, okay.
Which is what a lot of what we do.
Yeah.
Try to make sure that tax rate's low so you get a better net return after tax, of course.
There's a fair bit to it in terms of the structures, the accounting stuff. It also sounds like that's a key period. If you're one of these people that's retiring at 50, and it's not until 60 you can take advantage of what comes with retirement in super. That's a key 10 years for planning. How are we going to structure it? What does this look like? How does it play out?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But you know what they say? More money, more problems.
Yeah.
More things to think about.
Yeah.
More
Very
people involved. Yeah, that's right. I made that up myself. So yeah, there's a few things that go into it. But hey, what a cool thing. If you're able to get there, it's a pretty awesome achievement, and you've done well. It's a big take my hat off to you. And if you are one of those people that are able to get there, you'll have a lot of people looking to you for guidance and for wisdom because, hey, super effort. We've got a few of them on our books, so well done to you people. Keep striving for great things. And Tommy, I reckon we leave it there because it's spoken enough.
Yeah, perfect. We better wrap it up.
All right. I'm going to go prepare to go buy more businesses and to retire by 50. And we'll book you a few flights.
Yeah.
Over to WA and T. Or if you just sign them up as clients, then work trips.
Oh, that's good.
That's right.
I like that.
Right, work trips.
I've got phone calls to make. Sign everyone up.
All right, guys. Thank you all for listening yet again to another episode of Real Wealth.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Tommy.
See you soon.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.